Welcome back to my Southern Unscripted Nation. Today is actually going to be a super quick episode. I really just have some announcements and catch ups that I want to do. And every time I think about saying something, I'm like, well, where do I say it? I have some people on YouTube, I have some people just watching TikTok clips, I have some people. So there was really no space for me to just make a few announcements, I guess. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a whole episode of it, explain some things, go into depth, and it'll be super sweet and short. So I'm sorry that it won't be a long, valuable podcast today, but just stay for the ride because some of them are important and exciting. Okay. So first and foremost, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in to last week's episode. Love them anyways. It was an alcohol addiction episode, I guess I'll say. It wasn't really an alcohol addiction, but we just talked about it. And honestly, the response that I got and that Christy got was so incredible and overwhelming, but touching at the same time. I don't think this is talked about enough. How many people, families, friends really struggle in silence with this because to a degree we have some loyalty to the people that we love, and then you try to protect them for, just their dark demons. So I do want to say thank you. We didn't even get to the meat and potatoes. We literally just scratched the surface. And I saw her actually yesterday and we were just like, man, we could really dig deep on this. Like the goal when we talked about it, because it was something that we both had a little bit of fear because it's not something we talk about often. It's something you keep close and dear to your heart. And like I said, you try to protect your family. So we went in, it could be kind of scary. We were both just like, but the goal is to just at least impact one person. And we had impacted someone before the episode even aired. They only saw a teaser clip and she ended up reconnecting with this person who was going through the same thing she went through with her brother. And it was like the episode didn't even air yet, and we were already doing what we were supposed to do. And then the episode kind of blew up. I say blew up, I mean compared to all the other numbers, I watch all the insights, and it has been one of the best ones so far based off of the numbers. So thank you. We will dive deeper into this topic. If you think of anything that you're struggling with a family member, and it doesn't have to be alcohol, it can be addiction, reach out. Honestly, reach out, because we're happy to, honestly just be support. I wish I had more support of just someone who understood the depth of it. Like, I didn't understand the depth of it then. I can now, so maybe I can offer support. But I wish I had someone where I am now for me back then, if that made sense or if I said it right. And I know Christy feels the same way too, and she is such a loving, giving person. And so her and I will both be there for anyone who needs, just even if you just need someone to listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We'll give you that. We'll give you just someone to lean on at any point in time. So make sure you write that in. Remember, don't forget about the button. Okay, and then the other thing, this is kind of huge announcement, but I am going into my extremely busy season of life. Fall and Christmas and holidays are very busy between photography. Design has been picking up so much, just people wanting to do renovations, prepping for listings. So I am so busy with just my normal life stuff. And while I would love to do this full time, it's not a money-making activity. So I'm going to scale back and go to every other week we'll be launching a podcast. This is the huge announcement, honestly. I just feel like I owe it to y'all because there's a lot of people who will literally wake up Friday morning ready to listen. So just know, after this episode airs, every other week after that will be launching. And maybe this will make space for longer episodes, maybe longer episodes that I can put into 2 parts. I just I genuinely love this, but because I'm about to be so busy, and even my daughter, we're about to start traveling, cheer competitions in November. Like, it's about to be wild for me. So I don't want to burn out and then end up quitting, because I know that is a real thing. It's happened to me before. I just want to continue to do it because I genuinely enjoy it. I thrive when I get responses and just feedback, which we'll get into that in a second. So while I try to maintain my peace and my happiness and say that I'm going to attempt to balance, I just think it would make the most sense if I would just do every other week. Okay, so now that we got that out, some exciting things that I do have coming. I have a good friend of mine. Her name is Stacey Ellis. She owns a holistic wellness center, and she's actually a nurse as well. She has a bunch of other traits under her hat too, but I'll let her get into that. But she's coming on soon. I'm super excited about this. Her story, which we can even tackle into the addiction. She just has her. I don't want to get into her story, but she's been able to help in that department as well, which can be an addition to the topics that we're already at and that you people are enjoying listening to. So if you have any questions for her, make sure you write that in with the little button. Another one I have coming, Enrique Carello. He is a very good friend of mine. I actually met him in Herbalife. He's a business owner. His story is incredible, how he just been able to literally change the trajectory of where his life was going to an incredible empire. And his attitude is he's so positive and just always smiling. Even if he's dealing with something so dark, he's always happy and always smiling, and his energy is just so contagious. And I just want him to share all the things that he's overcome and how he's been able to keep a positive attitude, because we could all use some positivity in our lives. And he's even recently overcome cancer. So if you have any questions for him, I'm giving you the opportunity to write these questions in so you can hear them in live, real time. I'm also working on a life coach coming. She is an incredible woman. Anytime I run into a life coach, when they speak, I could just tap in and be like, they are good. It's not confirmed on the books, but we are working on it to make sure that we get it sooner than later, but it's coming regardless. So if you have any questions on life coaching, or you want to, pick her brain, write that in, you guys. And then, hold on, let me see. I don't want to make sure. Yes, so if you have any questions for these people or these topics, write that in. Sorry, I sidetracked. And then I'm going on a sister's trip, and we are working, I say we, me. I'm working on that podcast, and I kind of just have us like in a chat of like, what do you want to talk about? There's so much we can talk about that I'm trying to figure out a way to where I can get as much in. It could potentially be a 2-part series, but if you think of anything that you would like to ask us as sisters, and I don't know why you would even care, but for whatever reason, there has been so many people who are interested in the dynamics of me and my sister. So whatever, I'll bring them on. I listen to the people. I am excited about this though, because I don't know how this can turn out. It can turn out to be a shit show, a nutcase, or I don't freaking know. I did actually have something planned rather than this today. I was going to try to do some prank calls with my sisters, but I have one sister who had an emergency, and so it's just kind of like, whatever. But I have been wanting to do prank calls and have some fun. I know I've been adding value, but we can't just always be serious and valuable here. We got to let loose and have fun and get some giggles in. So if you think of anything that you would like to see that would be fun, pure fun, no seriousness, write that in. I should have a drinking game going on right now. Every time I say write that in, you should have a drink. Just kidding. And so the sisters trip, yeah, honestly, I knew this was going to be quick. I really just felt like I owed it to explain some things, especially the every other week situation. I want to keep going. I don't want to quit. I'm enjoying it. but I also have real life. So if you guys can share this to put me on a platform so all these other things can grow, that would be amazing. Sharing helps so much. And like I said in the beginning, I only thrive when I get a response. So it's encouraging me to keep going. But the truth is, I still have a business I have to run and I still, have to provide somehow. So I'm just going to take a step back to make sure I don't get overwhelmed and burn out. But the more that I can hear from you guys, the better it could be. I can bring more ideas, more topics. Sometimes I feel like I'm out of things to talk about. I'm literally only 14 episodes in. So, truly, I thrive when I hear from y'all. The more you reach out, the more you click the button, the more you write in, the better that this can be for all of us. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube. You can go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts, download it there. And make sure you follow us on TikTok for the teaser clips. That way you can know when the new one is dropping each week. Um, that's really it. I knew it was going to be a short, sweet baby, but that's it for now. And I will see you in 2 weeks.